Do I really need high antennas for a 7-inch, or is the O3 antenna enough? Sav, this is a personal decision, obviously. Having longer stalked antennas will give better, more consistent coverage because there will be less shadowing of the antenna's coverage from the body of the drone, the further away it is. However, keep in mind that if you are using the O3 Air unit, it has a linear antenna on it. If you're using the Goggles 2, they have linear antennas. If you swap those out for aftermarket antennas, the aftermarket antennas will almost certainly be circular polarized, probably left-hand circular polarized. When you combine when you combine a circular polarized antenna on the VTX with a linear antenna on the goggles, then you get about 3 dB of loss because of the polarization mismatch. So any benefit that you get by going to the aftermarket long stock antenna may be outweighed by the polarization mismatch. So theoretically, you could buy a linear antenna for the goggles, but most people don't do that because high quality linear antennas are fairly rare in the FPV world. I think my advice, if you've got the O3 and the Goggles 2, is to stick with the stock antennas. In many situations, you will get better results with the stock antennas than you will with aftermarket antennas, in part due to this polarization mismatch. If you have the V2 goggles and you have left-hand polarized antennas on the V2 goggles, like you've got the iFlight Crystal or some Axie Stubbies, then the best performance with the O3 will probably be to get some aftermarket left-hand circular polarized antennas. The stock O3 antenna is linear, and you will have that same polarization mismatch. And in that case, I would get the long stalks. That's going to compromise durability a little bit, but with a 7-inch, you probably aren't hopefully crashing too much. Yeah. Okay.